more equity oriented.
At the exact wrong
At the
moment.
exact wrong time. And even Bogle had a memo saying we can't do this. And he's like, no, this is the right way. Don't trust me. Anyway, so their growth funds fall off a cliff. They go down worse than the market. But the Wellington fund goes down the same as the market, the same 35%. It doesn't buffer at all. And I think this was probably had to be one of the most pivotal life moments of Bogle, to feel he betrayed himself, he betrayed his mentor, he sold it all out. And these guys had voting control of the board. And they got into massive fights. The clashes were historically bad. They were, basically pissed off at each other, blaming each other, and they fired him. Even though later in life, he's always like, I was the victim. But stories are he wasn't a picnic to deal with.
He's a big pain in the butt.
Yeah, he's a pain
absolutely.
in the butt. So anyway, long story short, he realizes there's a loophole. Instead of being fired and going away, he's like, I'm actually the owner or the chairman of the funds themselves. And so that gave him some leverage to sort of dig in and fight them. And they had to come up with a resolution and that the board would agree with. And so one of the ways he was able to keep a job there was he's like, I'll do the back office work and I'll set this company up mutually owned. That way it doesn't look like I'm doing some cash grab here. And all 11 people on the fund boards agreed with that. So the mutual ownership structure, I'm not sure it would have been born ever if it wasn't for this necessity to sort of satisfy different groups of people at a time when everybody was pissed off and upset and figuring out how to do something.
So here's the key Jack Bogle question. With Vanguard today, following this rally off the lows in June 2022, could that have ever happened without Jack Bogle and his philosophy?
No.
Just
Couldn't
flat
happen.
out no.
Nope. Yeah, I mean, the core of Vanguard is still very much Bogle's DNA. But on the outskirts, they're changing. They are pushing people into ETFs. He would have hated that. The wealth management, I don't think he would have done that. He wouldn't have done ETFs. We know that. He probably wouldn't have expanded that much overseas as they